One of the most powerful parts of any of the liturgies is in the Gregorian liturgy, where the priest will say to the Lord, "My Master, I offer unto you the symbols of my freedom. My Master, I give you my freedom. I have freedom. I have the choice to decide whatever I want in my life, but I offer it to you, and I want you to be my Master." In Arabic, people become very moved with the words, "Enta ya Sayyidi." And the words are very sweet, because he is our Master. And then Peter says to him, "Master." So he's accepting that Christ stands over him already. "We have toiled all night and caught nothing." This expresses the situation that makes no sense. Think about it carefully. It's not simply that they're tired. It's not simply that they've been working all night. They have tried all night, and Jesus is not a fisherman. He is not a fisherman. It's equivalent to this. Imagine there's a restaurateur, someone that owns a restaurant, who is sitting there and is open since 5 p.m. And he's been working all night, he's prepared all this food, and no one's eating and no one's coming to his restaurant. And he sent one of his workers to stand outside the restaurant, with his blackboards, saying, "Come inside, I've got this beautiful food, I've got this beautiful food." And he's struggling and trying, and this goes all the way until midnight. He's wasted his time, he's wasted money, he's cooked food, he's put effort in, he's hired laborers, he's hired workers. And then as he's about to close, a carpenter with his tool belt round his side walks in and says, no, open one more hour. Open one more hour. And then the restaurateur will say to him, "But I've been open all night." And he goes, "I know, just trust me. Open one more hour." It's illogical. It's even absurd. It's more than absurd, because Peter and his men were exhausted. They've been up the entire night. If anyone has ever worked at night and done a night shift, you know how exhausting it is. You know how grumpy you are. You know how angry you are. And then if somebody asks you something reasonable, it's enough for you to say no, because I'm angry and I'm tired. Imagine then somebody asks you something illogical, unreasonable, and you know it makes no sense, and they're a carpenter and they have no idea about the trade. You've already lost money. You don't want to keep paying wages. And then he comes to just open one more hour. This is precisely the situation that is confronting the fisherman, that is confronting Peter. It is easy to trust God when it makes sense. It's easy to trust God when it's convenient. It's easy to trust God when I have the energy. It's easy to trust God when above all I want to trust Him. When He is asking me to trust Him in something that I want. I want to start a business, and it's a beautiful business. It's easy to trust in Him. My Lord, I'll trust in You to open this business. But it is extremely difficult to trust the Lord when it doesn't make sense, when it's inconvenient, when I'm exhausted, when I'm broken, when above all I don't want to. And this is precisely the situation that Simon Peter finds himself in. He has been laboring all night. What do you mean, cast down my net? I have been fishing in that spot for the last 24, 18 hours, 16 hours, and we haven't caught a single fish. We haven't caught a single fish, and you want me to put my nets down again? I'm tired, I want to get back to my family, I want to sleep. Isn't it bad enough that I've lost all my money? And yet, at that point, when it's illogical, when it's absurd, when it makes no sense, when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted, when I don't want to, that is when Christ comes, and precisely there that He comes and solves my problems. Nevertheless, at Your word I will let down the net. So Simon, after all of this, says, nevertheless, at Your word I will let down the net. It is not simply enough to hear the words of our Lord. It is not simply enough even to call Him Master. We have to let Him be our Master. I have to let Him be my Master. And that means letting down the net even when it makes absolutely no sense. Even when I'm exhausted, even when I've given up, even when I've done everything I can, and even when I don't want to. That's what it means to let Him be my Master.